Hey everybody, it's your own idea. So I really want to do more YouTube videos. And I was thinking, I don't want to just talk about it, like I want to show y'all. So I'm going to show y'all, like, I guess a day in the life. This is not what I do every day. But I really want to get out in town and like show people what I see on the daily instead of just me talking to a camera. But what am I doing? Today I'm going to be doing more stuff for the Blactina retreat. I'm going to Fresh, which is like, I've heard it's a Dominican chain. It's a cafe. And what they have is two of my favorite things, which is AC and Wi-Fi. So I'm gonna be posted up there, and I'm also super excited to go to this like little restaurant. I don't know if you call it like a restaurant, but they make food and it's Black owned, Dominican, and I'm like super excited to go there. I spoke to them yesterday. It's actually been really hard to find Dominican food, which is weird because I'm in the Dominican Republic. So that is a little annoying, but it just means I gotta work harder. And I'm determined to do it. I'm determined to really find the real DR, and I'm excited to tell all these different stories. Like, it's amazing because there's so many different stories in all the different pueblos and towns, and people, most of the time, they're talking about the capital, which is like, you think about the entire country, and we're only talking about, like, of course, the whitest towns in the entire country. So I'm here to talk about Black people, so let's go.
I've been keeping myself so busy, pushing out the misery, trying to find the peace in me. I wanna be find myself, but again, it's always a phase. I wanted to stay, no you don't understand. I've been losing myself.
So everybody, I'm here. I told y'all I was like exploring different Black restaurants. So this is the one. Super excited. Hope this is stable. I'm getting the fish. I probably should have practiced more Spanish terms. Yesterday, the one who was here spoke a little more English. But yeah, we're here, and this is right next to the Western supermarket, Janet's. This is where a lot of the foreigners go and buy their food. I think some Dominicans go, but it's really a place for foreigners. See? Told ya. Okay, so guys, this is I feel like this is my first time officially at a like Black owned mom and pop shop. Yeah, I haven't had a lot of places. I've been here almost a month. But yeah, so this place is called, oh my god, the fish smells amazing already. I'm super emocionada, super excited. So yeah, I told you I was gonna show you. So this is what it is. Hola, ¿cuál es tu nombre?
Mi nombre es Martina Batista.
Okay. And this is tu
Mi local.
Okay. And mi nombre es Nadia, and mi negocia is BLACTINAMEDIA, and we want to amplify Afro, Latino, y Caribbean historias.
Okay.
So I told you like negros, toros, Latinoamérica. So muy emocionada to hablar a tú. Hablar a ti.
Conmigo. Contigo.
Sí, sí.
Se dice contigo.
Okay, so like, how long have you had this business?
Yo tengo este local hace 2 semanas, ¿verdad? 2 semanas.
2 semanas.
Su good.
Okay. And the food is amazing. The food is so good. I almost cried because I was so grateful because I told everybody I was having such a hard time, muy difícil,
Yes.
to yo busco finding Dominican food. You know, there's like Italian food, German food, Chinese. It's hard to find Dominican food. So I'm glad I came here.
It's nice, ¿da?
Sí. I had the pescado. It's amazing.
¿Viste cómo cocino en el momento?
Yes.
Dos hornillas.
Okay. So I'm not sure what that meant, but the next question I want to ask is like, what is life like being Dominican in Cabarete? Like, I guess, ¿cuál es tu vida?
Yo vivía muchos años en Alemania. Tengo 1 mes y medio que vine de Alemania. Viví 20 años en Alemania. Y no me gusta Alemania porque es demasiado estrés. Aquí yo me siento, si quiero sentarme, me paro cuando tenga que pararme. Alemania es muy difícil. Mucho frío, la gente son muy fría allá.
And for negros in República Dominicana, like how is it for negros?
Aquí no hay mucho problema con los negros. Aquí no hay problema.
En Cabarete.
Aquí no hay problema con negros.
In all of...
En todo el país.
Okay.
En todo el país. Es que nosotros somos negros. No podemos ser racistas porque, imagínate.
Muy interesante.
Somos negros, nos gustan las negritas así como tú, como yo.
Sí.
Yo no puedo poner tampoco a Alemania muy para abajo, imagínate, mandan a sacar a los muchachos de allá.
En Estados Unidos, sometimes it's muy difícil to be negro en los Estados Unidos.
Sí, ahí hay un poco de problema, no sé por qué, porque los Estados Unidos también pertenecen a los negros. Ellos no hay gente blanca en un país. Dios hizo la gente para que estén juntas y unidas. ¿Me entiendes? Jehová hizo la persona, Dios.
So you're saying in the Dominican Republic it's really about who you are as a person,
Yes.
more than like your skin color.
No problem.
So you think that everybody is getting treated the same way, no
Yes.
matter what?
No problem.
Even Haitians.
Yeah.
Even Haitians.
Yeah.
In this country.
Sí.
En la República Dominicana.
Sí, pues tenemos la libertad aquí, no somos racistas ni nada.
Okay, that's interesting, es muy interesante.
¿Tú has visto a alguien que te ha mirado aquí mal?
Well, I've seen the way Haitians have been treated in different places, and sometimes Dominicans get treated differently depending on what they look like, depending on their skin tone. So,
Aquí los dominicanos pienso que tienen un poquito de problema con los haitianos, pero...
and I notice a lot of the businesses around here are not Dominican owned, they're foreign owned.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine that it could be that easy, because if it was so easy, I would see a lot of Dominican businesses, but I don't see a lot of Dominicans. I see a lot of white-owned businesses.
Yes.
So that makes me think maybe it's not that easy. You know, maybe there's something going on. And then I see people. Un momento. And then I see like certain places who has certain jobs. So when I go to banco, I see they have a lighter skin complexion in the bank, and when I see the people who are doing the cleaning, darker skin complexion. You see?
No.
You don't notice that?
No.
Okay, well,
No.
it could be
You
me.
You work in cleaning. I work in computer. No, that's a difference.
So, okay, so you're saying it's not so
Eso es normal. They can't se ver it.
Okay.
You understand? They can't se ver it.
You said it's a coincidence.
Yeah,
Okay.
das ist normal.
Okay. I don't know.
No, yes, das ist normal.
But I do want to see more women owning businesses. That's why I'm happy I met you. More people who are not like always like a certain skin complexion, a certain hair, owning businesses, being free, being able to make muy dinero. Like I want toros negros to be muy
rica.
Yes, sí. That's mi pasión is to empower black women and girls. Es muy importante para mí.
Que te quieran.
Sí.
Pero a mí, oye, para mí es igual. Porque si tú me quieres, te quiero, y si tú no me quieres, no me quiera. Basta con que yo me quiera. Basta.
En inglés.
Que tú tienes que amarte.
I love Mia.
Sí.
You understand?
Y papá Dios te ama, papá Dios me ama, papá Dios me ama. Yo no necesito amor de nadie, necesito que papá Dios me ame y yo me amo.
Dios, amor para mí.
Okay.
I speak allemand, très bien. Français, très bien. Anglais, pas c'est pas. Anglais, pas c'est pas. You comprends?
Well, you know, it's okay because mi español is gonna get better every day.
My inglés out.
Every day. I'm gonna be back here mañana, so we're gonna hablar en español. Without sin cámara. But muchas gracias.
Nada. ¿Te gustó la comida?
I'm gonna finish my food.
Oh yeah?
I'm not finished yet.
Not finished? Okay.
But I wanted to do this, and muchas gracias.
It doesn't make us strong, it doesn't make us weak. Tongue tied to service like teams.
So the American, unfortunately, many people come to the Dominican Republic with the American perspective on color. And the American perspective on color has nothing to do with other cultures or the Dominican Republic or Latinos. We don't, prior to the big immigration to the United States, the Latino culture and the Dominican Republic is not focused on color. It's a culture that is based on European concepts, which means that the culture is more based on socioeconomic conditions. So color doesn't really play a role. And so if somebody has a perception of color already in their mind, they're gonna see everything that way. But really, I would love for people to come to the Dominican Republic and remove that concept from their mindset before they come here and unlearn all that they ever learned about color, because it's the only way that you could really understand our culture. Our culture is not based on anything of that.
Okay, so I just wanna engage a little bit because you said that color is like not a thing here.
No, it wasn't ever. It
wasn't ever.
It's
Pero.
It's all about last names and families.
That I noticed that, but I also see with my own ojos, that like people with darker skin are treated very differently than people with your skin complexion.
By whom?
By Dominicans. I see the people who, okay, so you guys can't see, but I have two ladies that are shaking their heads. Yes, these are Dominicanas?
Puerto Rico.
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. Okay. So you said, who's Costa Rica, right?
Costa Rica.
Okay.
Puerto Rico.
Adjust this a little. I got so excited that everything's a little.
That's okay.
Let's chat for a little bit,
Right.
Because I see that this is from Dominicans. I see how Dominicans treat Dominicans,
Right.
You know, and even the whole like I've heard like jokes about who's Haitian and how like if somebody's very dark skinned, they joke and they call them Haitian.
Right.
Isn't that a
But here's the thing. The first 6 years of my life, I grew up in this country. Okay, the rest of my life, I
Which
spent
part?
in the States, in the North Coast here.
Okay.
So, I think that if I hadn't lived here those first 6 years of my life, I probably wouldn't have more of an understanding about culture and color. When I went to the United States, I realized that there was color where I never realized it here when I was little. I never realized anything about color because in my own family I have light skin, dark skin. So it's not an issue. Now, if somebody laughs or says anything about color, they will probably do the same thing about anything else. It's a freer culture. I think it's a freer environment than in the United States where everything is a politically correct situation.
No, I understand. The thing I understand the most is about the
Economic
because at the end of the day, even if it's a Haitian, there's a different
Right.
there's a different energy.
Right.
But what I do know is that nobody is calling someone very light skinned Haitian as a joke, like me, Haitiana. Like I'm sure nobody's ever called you Haitian as a joke.
Well, nobody's ever called me Dominican as a joke before because people say to me now, you don't look Dominican. This is Dominicans saying it to me. And I'm like, well, we're Spanish. You know, our
when you
culture,
say where, like when you say where, who is we?
people anywhere on the street, everywhere I've been, people here in this country, regardless of their color, have said to me, you don't look Dominican. Are you sure?
No. I want to go back
know.
to you said we're Spanish.
We
So when
are
you say
Spanish.
we,
When I say
Who's
we,
we?
I mean this colony that was established.
I see. The colonizers.
Right,
were
the
Spanish
colonizers were Spanish colonizers.
Okay, I see.
And there's still some people that, through whatever reason, are mostly still European.
Yeah. I see.
Because of
I see that.
isolation.
I see that.
Because of circumstances, they're still mostly European.
So you're saying there's some people, not most Dominicans are.
No, I saw that 16% of the population is still European.
And I dare to say those people are the people who are running the country.
Maybe. I don't know that, but I don't think that all Europeans have high levels of socioeconomic conditions.
Agreed. Because that even in the United States, every white person isn't a rich white person,
right.
but your whiteness will get you that white skin is gonna do more for you than black skin.
Yes.
You know, like
Yes.
Maybe in the States for sure.
Yeah.
here.
Like, I'm gonna get these
Here,
ladies
too.
too. Like,
No, definitely in the
It's a
States.
big
but
issue here.
I don't think
It is.
I don't think it's as much here. I really don't.
I think it's a different. I think the focus is different. I don't
Right.
think that it doesn't exist. I think the focus is different, and also it's identified in the United States in a way that it's not identified in the Dominican Republic because there's so many other things at play that you don't know. Is it because he's poor? Or is it because he's black? Or is it because of the name? It could be anything, but nobody wants to call it race.
Well, here's the thing. I think when you come from another country, and we'll talk about the United States per se, because I grew up there, I think that you have a very different mindset that has not experienced this mindset.
And this was the first place where enslaved Africans were. So I think this is gonna have a different. It's like I think wasn't the U.S. like. I'm gonna don't quote me. Was like the last place where enslaved Africans were. So it was kind of like this was like the guinea pig. DR was like the guinea pig for this is what we're gonna do. And then by the time it got to US, it was like perfected.
I don't think so, but this is what I understand, which is different than what you understand. What I understood was the Spanish came here, and the Taínos and the Caribeños Indians, natives, and I just spoke to Candy about this. The Caribeños were natives that were in Santo Domingo, and the Taínos were natives that were in the north part of the island. Now, the Spanish did not bring Africans here. The English brought Africans here, and they used this as a base, as a port. So the reason, even in my small town where I grew up, and my family has been there about 400 years easily, is that when I was a little girl, we had the ingleses. The ingleses were the English, but they were the slaves that had been left here, because what happened was when the British went out and they used this as like a base, like an army base, we do now, their ships would many times encounter difficulties and sink. So the slaves would be left here. So eventually they went into the population and had their own cities. But the ingleses, they spoke English. And I remember they still spoke English because it was passed down from generation to generation. They did not mix with anyone else. The ingleses were very segregated because they didn't want to mix with other people. So they were very, they held their communities together very, very closely. So I remember, now there was one woman that was an Ingles. There was one woman that was an Ingles near my, in the country town where I grew up in, till I was 6, and I used to taunt her, and I would call her, in English, you speak English, and she would be really, really angry. But the Spanish did not have African slavery here. They came through the British. The Spanish came and enslaved the Taínos, but they didn't bring slaves with them on their ships. They may have brought people from jail, people that were lesser noblemen and people like that, but there was no African slavery here, zero. The people that were here were brought here by the English, and that's why they're called the Ingleses, and some of them speak English. Wow.
So yeah, I'm learning on that too.
That's true.
Because the racism thing is.
Wait,
Asian.
let me just make sure I get you what you guys are saying, because I don't want to misrepresent what you're saying.
Right.
You're saying that the Spaniards never brought anybody from the continent of Africa to the Dominican Republic to be enslaved. So any enslaved Africans were not brought by the Spanish.
No.
In your point of view, they were brought by the British.
Right, and that's why they're called Ingleses.
Who is called English? I've never heard of this.
The people that were left here, that were descendants.
Because right now, when are you? Because I haven't met a lot of Dominicans speaking English, so
No, you wouldn't, because they speak Spanish now. But
so all the black people that I'm seeing, that they're what?
Not all the black people.
Because I was like, since
Asian.
I've been here in the Cabarete, I see a lot of black people. So you're saying those people are not descendants from they're not descendants from enslaved Africans. They're
not all.
From or they're descendants from the British?
Yes.
Now, wait, I'm changing the subject just because I don't want to get too. I want to make sure I get you. So, on that note, you ladies are not Dominican. You're
Costa Rica.
And
I'm from Puerto Rico, but my father is French.
Puerto Rico, your father's French, but you were raised
in the Bronx.
In the Bronx. And what is your view on, blackness in the Dominican Republic based on? How long have you lived here, or do you?
I've been here 9 years.
9 years, and you.
I would say 10 years.
Okay, so what has been your experience blackness in terms of in the Dominican Republic by Dominicans?
Dominicans and the blackness toward Asian, there is racism, definitely. I've seen it. Like it's sad. It's they treat. It's like they see a dark skin. My husband is from Trinidad. Oh, they saw him so black. It's like Haitiano del Diablo. They're like, oh, that's Asian. They don't know because he's black. They think he's Asian. I think there's many years of cultural stuff that Asians not or so if they see somebody so black, it's like it's not good.
Do you think there is a safe complexion in the Dominican Republic that protects you from violence? Because you said that he is really dark, so they think he's Haitian. So you think like if he was lighter, he would be less prone to people calling him Haitian, maybe?
Yes,
so basically, like there is a complexion for protection here. Like, and of course, there's white. If you're white, then of course everywhere you're safe. But
well,
here,
it's not only here. In most countries, the color is. I am from Costa Rica, and in Costa Rica, I am minority, and it's still you have discrimination against. Many countries, the darker skin is always discriminated.
It's interesting because I'm getting a lot of different views from different Dominicans. And that's the thing is like everybody has a different story, and I want to tell all the stories because it's not the same.
No.
Everybody has a different truth.
Yes.
And I think it's important to discuss that because I know a lot of people who refuse to come to the Dominican Republic because they're like, oh, the Dominicans are killing Haitians, so I'm not going to that country. I'm not spending my money there.
It's not like that.
So, and I think
there's discrimination, but it's not like, not like that.
And I think sometimes with that rhetoric, Dominicans get lost because there are Dominicans who have a hard time as well.
Yes.
And if you're dark-skinned Dominican and they think you're Haitian and you've been in this for your whole life, your whole family, and you're being treated like you're an immigrant, I think at the end of the day, it's anti-blackness. That's the root of the cause.
What I have noticed here, you get dark skin and Dominicans, and it's like they recognize, no, that's not an Asian, it's a Dominican, but then it's a dark skin, but it's Dominican. And they'll look at that one, no, that dark skin one is Asian. It's something that I don't understand that part.
Right. So there's
okay,
something
yes,
that there's a difference.
Yes, because in the mannerism, the way they carry themselves. Okay, this dark skin is Dominicano, and that one is Haitiano because he act in a certain way, or he dress in a certain way, he do certain things. I'm like, but it's a combination. It's definitely the mixture of Asian with Dominicans. It's like, I'm not black Dominican, but the Dominican is definitely a mixture of Asian and Dominicans, or English, or Cubans, or Spanish. Okay, you got a lot of culture here. You got Cubans, you got from Spain, you got so the lighter skin is mixed with. The majority of Dominicans are totally mixed with darker skin. I won't say, to all Asian, but with darker skin. So,
I feel like over here you can see the difference between colors more than the United States. Like in the United States, I have my friends, they were Afro-Americans, really dark like this, and we call them cousin. And they used to say, oh, that's my Spanish cousin. So we used to go to the church, the Baptist church, together, and we hang out together. I have two friends, they Haitian. I didn't even know they were Haitian. They were my friends. But then when I came here, I see the difference. Like if it's easier for me to go to the bank and they see me with a different eyes, that if a dark person goes in the bar.
Even if they're Dominican.
Even if they're Dominican. I think it's something they have from the background in their mind that they're not focused correctly in the human race. They see you by colors. They need to see you by person, by who you are, what you feel. We feel the same. We love the same, we hate the same, we fight the same, even though we have different colors. My father was white, French, white, blue eyes. My mom was light hair. And I have lighter color than my sisters, and then I have one dark color like you. And we all the same, you know? Like I feel it here more than the United States. Because in the United States, I thought this. So many people from many different countries, they're all in there together, you know? But here it's like, they all Dominicans. No matter what, the percentage is Dominicans. But maybe you're not from here, maybe just not from here, but there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we can count. But even between them, if they have different colors, skin color, they discriminate between them, even though they're Dominicans all. I'm not going to name Haitian or this or that because, you know, I don't want to get involved with that. That's really very problematic case.
Sticky.
But even between them, and my mom is Dominican, from Santiago. She never tells us that she was Dominican. Why? I didn't know.
What did she say she was?
No, not comments like nobody was from. I knew my father was French when I saw my birth certificate when I was 18. And then I said, oh, Mom, you're Dominican. So I'm Dominican. And she goes, what? So my son say, oh, mami, I'm a platanero.
So wait. So how do you identify?
I'm a human being, and I love another human being.
But when you put on the census, do you say you're black, white, mixed? I don't know.
Okay,
that is so
if we
complicated,
consider
that
where we do it, what country we live on, see, it's hard because in the United States, they don't consider me white. I have problem with the white people. I have problem with the black people.
No, you said you have friends that are Haitian, African American, and all that stuff.
And I love them, but you know, when they see a black person with a Latino, a white, light-skinned Latino, not white, light-skinned Latino, I'm still a Latino, hanging with a black guy, and your family and friends say, don't you dare bring that girl to my house. Right. I tell you that, okay? You know, you're in the middle of a big problem on both sides. You're not white, you're not black.
Yeah, when you get to that question, they ask you're black? There's not, okay, I'm Latina and I'm black. There's no Latino, like, you know, or you're Latino, they want you to choose one. It's like,
over here, but in the United States you say Latino. No, in the United States you say Latino.
Yeah, they accept it. In the U.S., people will accept it, but it needs to change because black Latinos don't get treated the same way as the other Latinos.
No. Other Latinos.
So, because I'm
like Mexican.
Mi familia, las parameñas, it's not, I'm like this, but my family's very, very dark. Lots of my family, very, very dark. And it's not easy.
It's not easy.
So like, and it's harder because you got the Latino. If you can't speak English too well, that's going against you. And then you're black, that's going against you because you don't fit into that. But
you don't fit anywhere.
I want to say
you're like in limbo.
Did he left? Did he leave? I think he left. Thank you, ladies, for the conversation.
So
You're very welcome.
It was so like, ooh, it felt good.
But